Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into Dr. Alex Carter's incredibly powerful insights on how to stay energetic, sharp, and most importantly, independent after age 60. We're going to look at why some folks in their 60s are just thriving with boundless energy, right? While others are constantly battling fatigue, memory slips, and overall health issues. And I'll give you a quick hint right off the bat. It's not always just genetics. So, let's kick things off with a pretty provocative question. What if the fatigue, the weakness, or even those little memory slips you chalk up to just normal aging are actually warning signs? Warning signs that we have complete control over. Think about it. What if simple, everyday routines that feel totally harmless right now are quietly cranking up your risk for falls, muscle loss, or cognitive decline? Well, that's exactly what we're unpacking today. To give us a clear roadmap, we've organized Dr. Carter's 7 daily habits into 5 core pillars. We'll hit the myth of normal aging, rebuilding your physical foundation, fueling your body and brain, uncovering hidden health threats, and finally, taking control of tomorrow. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Section 1, the myth of normal aging, where we look at genetics versus our daily habits. You see, a lot of older adults are struggling for one simple reason. They're sticking to severely outdated habits. It's a huge misconception, but after age 60, your body actually responds entirely differently to everyday routines. Choices that kept you fit in your 30s and 40s, they might not do the trick anymore. In fact, relying on that old playbook isn't just ineffective. It's practically hitting the fast-forward button on the aging process. Moving on to Section 2, rebuilding your physical foundation. It's time to completely rethink movement and muscle. Now, here is a truly staggering number. Experts estimate that adults can lose up to 8% of their muscle mass every single decade after turning 30. Crazy, right? And that rate actually tends to speed up later in life. Our bodies naturally shed muscle, bone density, and metabolic flexibility as the years go by, which basically means an entire day spent sitting on the couch has much more dramatic consequences now than it did 20 years ago. The absolute most crucial takeaway here is that muscle isn't just about looking strong. It is literally a vital metabolic engine. Muscle helps regulate your blood sugar, it supercharges your metabolism, it protects those fragile joints, and it vastly improves your balance to reduce the risk of a nasty fall. At the end of the day, building and holding onto your muscle mass is fundamentally about protecting your independence. And that's precisely why Dr. Carter insists we've got to stop avoiding strength training right now. For decades, the conventional wisdom was, hey, just go for a walk, that's enough. And sure, walking is fantastic for your heart and your mood, but walking alone cannot combat that rapid muscle loss we just talked about. The modern necessity is adding strength training 2 to 3 times a week. And no, you don't need to be lifting massive weights like a bodybuilder. Simple bodyweight movements, grabbing some resistance bands, light dumbbells, or taking a supervised gym class are incredibly effective at safely rebuilding your strength. Tied directly to how we move is the second big habit we need to break, and that's prolonged sitting. A lot of people don't realize that sitting for hours on end stiffens up your joints and actively robs your brain of the blood flow it desperately needs. Yes, even if you just crushed a run that morning. Spending hours glued to the TV or scrolling on your phone slows down circulation and spikes your risk for heart disease. The fix? Super simple. Just try to stand up, stretch out a bit, or take a quick lap around the house every 30 to 60 minutes. All right, Section 3. Fueling body and brain. Let's talk about recharging your internal battery. Let's dive into what's known as the brainwash effect. So many folks just accept terrible sleep as a normal, inevitable part of getting older. Well, it absolutely isn't. When you brush off sleep problems, you are essentially robbing your brain of its nightly wash cycle. During deep sleep, your brain literally flushes out waste products that are directly linked to cognitive decline and memory loss. If you're constantly waking up exhausted, snoring heavily, or tossing and turning, you have to address it. Simple tweaks like cutting back on that late afternoon coffee, setting up a solid bedtime routine, and dropping the screen time before bed can make a massive difference. And you have to pair that amazing restorative sleep with breaking another bad habit, eating too little protein. Look, as we age, our appetites just naturally taper off. Toss in potential dental issues or just old-school nutrition advice, and it's super easy to chronically undereat. But your body actually requires more protein-rich foods right now to maintain that hard-earned muscle, keep your immune system strong, and bounce back from illnesses. To fight off weakness, you want to actively sneak foods like eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, beans, chicken, and nuts into your meals all throughout the day. That brings us to Section 4, hidden threats to health, uncovering those invisible lifestyle and medical factors. We have got to stop neglecting our social connections. Loneliness isn't just feeling sad. It is a very real, severe biological threat. It's linked to much higher rates of depression, cognitive decline, and chronic disease. On the flip side of that coin, maintaining strong relationships is literally just as important for your longevity as eating a healthy diet or hitting the gym. Making a quick phone call, joining a local hobby group, or just having regular coffee dates with friends can dramatically boost your overall well-being. Also, please stop assuming that every random bout of dizziness, fatigue, or brain fog is just aging. Many adults over 60 are managing multiple medications, which naturally skyrockets the risk of unwanted drug interactions. Sometimes a symptom that feels exactly like getting older is just a hidden medication side effect. So take charge here with these proactive steps. Bring a complete, up-to-date list of everything you're taking, yes, including all those vitamins, straight to your doctor or pharmacist. Discuss any new symptoms openly, and please, never stop taking a prescribed medication on your own without professional guidance. And finally, Section 5, Taking Control of Tomorrow, which focuses on the immense power of preventative care. We have to break the habit of skipping preventative checkups simply because we feel fine. The reality is, serious threats like high blood pressure, diabetes, osteoporosis, and even gradual hearing loss often develop completely silently. A lot of people don't realize that early detection is the absolute holy grail when it comes to maintaining your quality of life. Routine screenings catch these silent threats way before they escalate into emergencies, and they give you dedicated one-on-one time to chat with your doctor about things like sleep, mobility, or memory concerns. This all perfectly captures Dr. Carter's core philosophy. Turning 60 is not the beginning of some inevitable decline. Not at all. It's the launch pad for a brand new chapter, where tiny, daily choices compound into truly remarkable results. You don't need to try crazy extreme diets or punishing complicated fitness routines. By just making simple, consistent choices, like moving your body regularly, treating sleep like a priority, and staying connected to the people you care about, you fiercely protect your energy, your confidence, and your independence. So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a question to mull over. Which one of these powerful habit changes are you going to take control of right now? Are you going to finally start doing a bit of strength training? Are you going to commit to prioritizing your sleep? Or maybe you're going to pick up the phone and call that friend you haven't spoken to in way too long. Remember, it's literally never too late to make a meaningful change. Pick just one habit today. I promise you, your future self will thank you.